After weeks of relentless, false, fraudulent claims and lies, Trump held a rally in Washington where he incited his supporters to walk down to the Capitol and fight with strength, because if they don't show strength, they will never get their country back. Supporters took this literally as they did march down Pennsylvania Avenue right up to the Capitol. This date, January 6th, was so crucial in Trump and his supporters' fight because Congress was certifying Joe Biden's win that day, meaning they had to do something right then or their chance to turn over the election would never happen. A day earlier, on January 5th, President Trump asked his Vice President Mike Pence to overturn the election without any legitimate reason, only for the fact that he wanted to remain in power longer. Pence turned down his offer and stated he took an oath to the Constitution and he had to follow it. Nowhere in the Constitution does it say vice presidents are allowed to overturn the election without any valid reason. While Congress was gathered in the Senate chamber in the middle of the electoral certification, protesters outside quickly turned into rioters as they broke into the Capitol building looking for Pence for not following Trump's orders, many calling him a traitor for just doing his job and following the Constitution he took an oath to. Many were also seen yelling for Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi as she is a common target through their eyes. They broke into her office, stole her podium, and even her laptop. In the middle of the chaos, Biden made an address to the nation before Trump did. Biden's message entailed America being better than this and the need to unify. Trump then spoke to the nation saying he loves his supporters who were currently at the Capitol then and they are very special to him. Before the violence incited by Trump broke out, several key Republicans were planning on objecting the election results, helping Trump in his so-called case. After the violence ended, Congress members couldn't believe what they just witnessed. It was an attack on our own democracy and an attempt to overthrow our government. No one has attacked the Capitol building since the war in 1812. As Congress gathered in the Senate chamber once again, only a few Republicans were still in favor of objecting election results, as most of them bailed when they knew Trump incited this attack on them and they had no excuses for him. Around 3 a.m. on January 7th, Mike Pence respectfully announced that Joe Biden will become the nation's 46th president despite any conspiracies anybody said. Quickly after the attack on the Capitol, both Democrats and Republicans felt the need to hold Trump accountable for this insurrection he created, so they began drafting an article of impeachment even though Trump only had 2 weeks left in office. On January 8th, Twitter finally banned Trump from his accounts as they were skeptical he would incite more violence. Since the election, his tweets have been flagged and not credible. Other social media platforms followed Twitter and banned him too for the better. On January 13th, Trump was impeached once again, this time for inciting an insurrection. He's the only president in American history to be impeached twice. The vote was 232 to 197, with 10 Republicans voting in favor of the impeachment. On January 20th, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris were sworn into office and took their oath, both making history at their inauguration, as Biden being the oldest man ever sworn in and Harris being the first woman ever sworn in. The theme of their inauguration was unity and to put away political beliefs and just appreciate our democracy, as it was just tried to be overthrown 2 weeks prior to the event. Former Presidents Clinton, Bush, Obama, and their wives all attended to support. Lady Gaga, Jennifer Lopez, and Garth Brooks all performed patriotic songs. 22-year-old Amanda Gorman became the youngest poet to ever perform a piece of poetry at an inauguration. Also, on January 20th, it was official that Democrats would control the House and Senate along with the White House. Before Twitter was taken away from Trump, he announced he would not be attending President Biden's inauguration. He's the first president in over 100 years to not attend his successor's inauguration ceremony. Biden and Harris acknowledged Trump's decline and basically ignored it, thinking it was for the best, but still welcomed former Vice President Mike Pence to attend the inauguration, and he accepted and attended, keeping the peaceful transfer of power alive. Nearly the same time as the inauguration, Trump had a send-off celebration, as he called it, where he and the First Lady said their goodbyes, and he made his final speech as president, ending it with telling his supporters to have a good life. Before boarding Marine One to Mar-a-Lago, he played his anthem of the YMCA, and that was it for him. Although Trump chose to not attend the inauguration or ever formally concede, he did write a letter for President Biden, which has been a long-time tradition. On January 21st, Biden announced his final picks for his cabinet. His cabinet makeup includes some of the most diverse in history. On January 25th, the House of Representatives sent a completed article of impeachment stated against Trump to the Senate. The article stated Donald John Trump engaged in high crimes and misdemeanors and incited an insurrection. There will be a Senate trial in the forthcoming future where 17 Republicans would have to vote in favor of the article to convict Trump, which is not likely. On a positive note, also on January 25th, President Biden's German Shepherd's Champ and Major moved into the White House. There has not been a dog in the White House since Obama was president. First Lady Jill Biden was seen taking them on a walk while Mr. President was inside signing more executive orders. Throughout all of this craziness, Americans are hopeful President Biden and Vice President Harris will be able to unite the country and bring back a formal presidential tone.